June 2023, they have ICMR has published a data. What they say, 40 crores people are obese, 56 crores are belly fat, 50 crores are BP, and 114 crores have got lipid problem, high cholesterol and all. So chances of heart problems. Pre-diabetes 21 crores, 16 crores of diabetes. So if you put all them, 180 crore people are on medication. Now, what happened during that Garba dance in Gujarat? 500 calls were there for ambulance, and 20 people have died for simply playing Garba. So I always tell friends, your body is like your boat. If you're traveling in a river, you have to do. You should not have any, cracks or holes. So I call these, these are the what these 5, 6 are like your cracks. If you're obese, you have one crack. You're having blood pressure, one more crack. Your dyslipidemia, third crack, like that pre-diabetes, diabetes or medication. So let's see how many cracks you have in your boat. So then, ICMR has published a, guidelines. What is this guidelines? Yeah. NIN Expert Committee Dietary Guidelines for Indians 2024, 148 pages. It's a wonderful book. A lot of great, study has gone, research has gone. They come out with a beautiful book, 148 pages. Let's see how many people will read. Now, what they say, look at their first 6 guidelines. They're very good. Eat variety of foods, balanced diet, extra food during pregnancy and lactation, exclusive 6 months breastfeeding. Says exclusive breastfeeding only. Continue until 2 years. That is the third guidelines. Semi-solid foods for infants after 6 months, along with breastfeeding. Appropriate diets for children in health and sickness. Actually, when sickness, people don't feel hungry. We should not force food and all that. Eat plenty of vegetables and legumes. Very good. Look at this advice is little question mark. They are suggesting to you refined oils, and they say use fat in moderation. This is old stuff. See, refined oils are really not any, suppose you talk of coconut oil or groundnut oil, there may not be much of coconut or ground oil. Otherwise, if you want to buy a groundnut oil, to make groundnut oil, you require at least 2 kgs of groundnut. 2 kgs will cost you at least 200 rupees, 200, 250 rupees. But refined oil, they are selling at 120 rupees. How is it possible? That means there is no groundnut at all in that. We don't know what the hell it is in that. Then there are very nice, choose variety of oils and seeds, very good. But refined oil is a question mark. Quality proteins from combination of foods, adopt healthy lifestyle to prevent fat and obesity. What they say, good food, yoga, sleep, all that everybody knows. Be physically active and exercise every day. Good suggestion. Restrict salt intake. Consume safe and clean food. There's what they say, adopt appropriate pre-cooking. Before cooking, clean it up nicely. Cooking method they suggest. Drink adequate water. They don't suggest how much quantity, but they say 2.5 liters. But no mention of bowel movement. Such an important thing, clearing of waste from our body, that has been, they're silent on that. Minimize high fat, sugar, salt, ultra processed foods, good actually. Then include nutrient rich food for elderly. It's required for everybody, but they're suggesting the old people should have more vegetable, fruits, nuts, and all. Very good. What they say, 17th guidelines, read information on food labels. Check what is there, what is the nutrition content, what sort of chemicals they are used, all that. Remember, friends, if there are more any food coming out of product, coming out of with a barcode, in a box or in a bottle, they are processed foods. I don't call them food, there is the product only. So by eating these foods, what will happen? You will not be able to. Good guidelines, that means you have 90% of the knowledge, friends. Understand, friends, despite having 90% of the knowledge is not good enough. Say, for example, you will learn 90% aggregates for making a sambar. One aggregate you don't know. And also the quantities you are not very clear about one particular aggregate. And okay, process you make on your own. If you don't know one ingredient, that means 90% you know, you may not be able to make a good sambar. Say, for example, you are not aware of salt. salt has to be put in sambar and how much quantity to put. Obviously, you will, despite having 90% knowledge, is useless. Similarly, you do not know there must be a mirchi powder to be put in the sambar. If make it, it will be not tasty. So friends, 100% knowledge is important. Let us see, there are 7 essentials and 7 ingredients for good health. What are the essentials? Like we just discussed about the ingredients for making a sambar. Similarly, for health, 7 essentials. Air, water, food, excretion. Excretion point is totally missing in these guidelines. Exercise is there, rest is there, mind management. Mind management also, they have not talked about stress and mind management. There are 2 ingredients are missing in this ICMR survey. Now let's look at it, friend. Now we know the ingredient. Now look at the quantities. 3 to 4 liters water one must consume. There's a method of drinking water. Don't drink water 20 minutes before eating food, while eating, and until 2 hours after eating food. Food and water should not be put one time in the stomach. What is the second? 2 bowel movements in the morning is absolutely essential, friends. 1 hour brisk walk or games in the morning. NEAT means net exercise activity thermogenesis. Active, remain active throughout the day. Just because you're done for 1 hour walk, the balance day, don't sit on the couch. Stress management, for that learn yoga, meditation. 7 hours night sleep is non-negotiable. They said about 7 hours, but it's best to sleep in the night to match with our circadian rhythm. Is non-negotiable, friends. People who are working in the night duty are bound to get health problems. Intoxicants, stimulants, toxic foods, processed foods, all to be avoided, which they have said very clearly, very nicely they have explained. Eat only 2 times when hungry and maintain the same timings. So most of the time, most of the people suggest eating 5 to 6 times. Eat only 2 times when hungry and maintain the same timings. Nothing in between 2 meals except water, friend. So what happens? You are going to give rest to your digestive system. Eat your content. 14 hours of overnight fasting is helpful. Choose nutritious, low-carb food based on your health score. Look, you are already diabetic, then obviously you have to choose very less carbohydrates and all that, right? By doing these 7 ingredients and then 7 essentials for good health, following this approach, you will improve your gut health, insulin sensitivity, mind management. That's the keys for good health, friend. So how do we go about it, friend? Immediately after waking up, drink 1 liter water, focus your mind on your stomach. You'll be able to go to the first bowel movement. Go for a 1 hour brisk walk, come back home, rest for 5-10 minutes. Again, drink 1 liter water. You'll be able to go to the second bowel movement. Then in the whole day, you eat 2 times when hungry, friends. Eat generally whatever food you had made at home. Avoid high carb foods. Sugar and salt and all that. To the extent possible, you can use Himalayan salt. Make your food tasty, friends. Eat 2 times to your full, right? Then in between 2 meals, after 2 hours of the first meal, take 2 liters water in installment. Suppose you had your first meal at 11 o'clock. From 1 o'clock, you take 300 ml water. Like that, you continue taking 2 liters water until half an hour before second meal. That's all, friends. By doing this, sleep 7 hours, manage your stress. By this, you'll be able to improve your health. To know more, learn. See, friends, I give talks. I'm very passionate. These are the few people who have benefited. I am an automobile engineer. I'm not a doctor. I have improved my health in 4 months. Way back in 2014, I was taking 11 medicine. In 4 months, I got rid of medicine. In the last 10 years, I've invested more than 7,000 hours. I give the guidance free. You can watch my YouTube videos, Wellness Secrets. My mobile number is 9840852996. Friends, knowledge and discipline are the gateways to health, friend. Thank you very much for listening. Read the book anyway, learn that 90% knowledge and learn the balance 10% also.